Mortgage rates just hit the highest number that we've seen so far in 2026. Are Portland buyers still in the market? It's time to take a look at the very latest in our local real estate stats and trends. Hey everyone, RRMilligan here, bringing you the very latest in our local real estate stats and trends for the full Portland metro area, including Southwest Washington. As always, if you have any questions about what's going on in a specific area or in a specific segment of the market, like condominiums or income properties, just drop me a line or post your question in the comment section right here. First on the docket are sale prices. The average sale price dropped again compared to the previous week. However, the same thing happened last year at this time. So in our year-over-year weekly comparison, sale prices are up by 1.1%. Looking at the larger trend, the average sale price so far in March is sitting at about 3.8% higher than the same time frame last year. If that number holds, this could be one of the biggest monthly year-over-year jumps in sale prices that we've seen in a very long time. That being said, I am really curious to see what happens with sale prices over the next few weeks, because the sale numbers, the sale price numbers that we're seeing today are for contracts agreed to probably 3 to 6 weeks ago, when mortgage rates were considerably lower and just starting to rise. Next up are supply and demand. Despite higher mortgage rates, buyer demand keeps holding on, at least for now. The number of contracts agreed to by buyers and sellers this past week came in at 663, which is pretty much on par with the previous week, but also only 4 contracts more than the 659 new contracts we had during the same week in 2025. Even though that difference is really small, technically this was the 9th straight week that this year's demand has outpaced last year's. Lockbox opens is our other big metric for buyer demand, giving us a measure of high intent buyers out looking at homes with their agents. And in that metric, we're seeing about a 22% rise in activity compared to 2025. We'll have to see if this increase in showing activity actually results in more contracts given our new rate environment. Now on to the supply side of the equation. There's not a whole lot to report. There was a very small increase in the overall supply of homes on the active market. Nothing out of the ordinary given the time of year. Compared to last year at this time, buyers currently have about 9.5% more homes to choose from. And we seem to be holding in this range at least for the last 2 or 3 weeks, despite the fact that we are seeing more new listings hit the market each week than we were seeing last year at this time. Next up are mortgage rates. Mortgage rates have been pretty volatile over the past week. We've been seeing a lot of headline-driven movement in the bond and mortgage markets. The long and short of it is that mortgage rates are up another 1/8 of a point compared to last week at this time. On Thursday morning, I saw a local lender advertising the 30-year fixed at about 6.375%. That's with an 1/8 of a point and an APR of 6.444%. Last week at this time, that number was 6.25, so up another 1/8 from last week. That is, of course, the highest mortgage rate that we've seen so far this year. In order to find a similar mortgage rate, we'd have to go back to September of 2025, when rates were actually on their way down. Currently, mortgage rates are sitting at about 3/4 of a point higher than the lowest mortgage rate that we'd seen in 2026. That was 5.625%, which is where mortgage rates were about 4 weeks ago. The yield on the 10-year Treasury is one of our indicators of where mortgage rates are headed, and as of Thursday afternoon, the last time I checked, it was up about 10 basis points from the start of the day, indicating that we'll see even higher mortgage rates on Friday. When I do upload this video on Friday, I will post an update in the comment section right here, so be sure to check that out. So let's summarize the big trends that we're following this week. Sale prices were down, but still remain higher than last year at this time. Supply continued to inch up, which is normal for this time of year. Buyer demand was down just a tick, but continues to outpace last year's demand, and mortgage rates are still rising. Thank you once again for joining me for this week's video, and thanks for watching till the very end. I hope that you got some good information out of the report. As always, I would love a like and a follow if you haven't already. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you right here next week.